This is not the start the Philadelphia 76ers wanted to this season. Joel Embiid was already ruled out for the year after getting injured in the Olympics. Paul George got hurt in the preseason, so Tyrese Maxey was carrying this team. They start off 1-6. Tyrese Maxey gets hurt. He's going to be out for a few weeks. Joel Embiid got suspended for pushing a reporter, and it's kind of a disaster to start off the 2025 season with this new Philadelphia Big Three. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I saved the Milwaukee Bucks. I saved the Denver Nuggets. Today, we are going to be saving the Philadelphia 76ers. So it's going to be a little bit till we get all three of these guys playing together. Maxey was doing all he could as the number one option. He was taking shots he would normally not take because he had to carry this team, because the next best scoring option after Maxey was Kelly Oubre, Andre Drummond, Eric Gordon, Caleb Martin, Kyle Lowry, Gershon Yabusele, who wasn't going to be on a roster if he didn't play well for France in the Olympics, or rookie Jared McCain. They were asking way too much out of Maxey. And today, I think I'm going to have injuries on, because I think a way to save this team, it's going to be realistic to have injuries on, because Joel Embiid and Paul George are no stranger to injuries. Shout out to 2K, still not having start today in this game yet, but we are currently 6-6 on the season, and this team can't waste any years. This cannot be a wash year for Philadelphia. Yes, Tyrese Maxey will be better next year than he is this year, but who knows how Joel Embiid's health is going to be next year. You could say that every year. And Paul George is going to be 35 next year. The contract goes up, his age goes up, his mileage goes up, and I am scared on how this contract is going to age. The years you need to win a championship are the first 2 years of this deal. I think that's going to give them the best shot, because they also re-signed Joel Embiid to a massive extension too in the offseason. So he's going to be making $70 million in 2029, and that's going to be an issue if he can't stay healthy. Like I said, Maxey, he's going to be in his prime then. He's going to be great. But I don't really know about the certainty of their future of Embiid and Paul George then. So if it's not going to be this year, I need to make the right moves to win a title next year. In another injury, but not to the big three, Kelly Oubre suffered left knee tendonitis. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. The 76ers don't own their draft pick directly this year. It is top 6 protected. It would be going to the OKC Thunder. And I feel like Nick Nurse's rotations have been questionable this year. Like Jared McCain would have a good game and then doesn't play as much the following night. Same with Gershon Yabusele. And I actually got offered a trade I'm going to accept. We're going to be sending Kyle Lowry to the Cleveland Cavaliers in exchange for Sam Morril, who's hitting threes well, but I don't know if he's going to crack this rotation. He's like another Eric Gordon right now. So going from Lowry to Sam Morril is going to hurt, but we get a swap in 2028 between Utah and Cleveland. So I can't say no to this trade, even though I just accidentally declined it. So let's accept that now. So we have rattled off a nice winning streak in January and December. So we are playing better as of late. We are 25-17 through the first 42 games this year. That's going to put us as the 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. So the Milwaukee Bucks looks like they're getting it together. The Knicks, Cavs, and Celtics at the top of the East. Points per game is going to be Embiid leading the team with 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 5.5 assists, 2 blocks a night as well. Honestly, for Embiid standards, that is low scoring wise, but Tyrese Maxey is having a phenomenal year. The efficiency is back after taking so much responsibility with Paul George and Embiid out. Paul George is the number 3 option on this team. It was funny, like that night, the game against the Suns where they Paul George waved off Tyrese Maxey, and it was supposed to be Maxey's shot because he was playing so much better than George all game, and then George misses the final shot. Caleb Martin's playing well. Jared McCain's playing well, which is nice to see because these guys have struggled in real life. Kelly Oubre is knocking down his threes. Eric Gordon's knocking down his threes. All right, we're doing a little bit better right now, but there's a reason why they paid KJ Martin that amount of money and they overpaid him. So honestly, KJ Martin got a nice deal here because he was not getting $7 million on the open market or $8 million. It's to trade him at the deadline. And Reggie Jackson's been good as well since we moved on from Kyle Lowry in that trade. I don't know what it would cost to get him, but I feel like the Warriors would think about moving him. I don't know if they'd get like a good player in return, but could I trade for Jonathan Kuminga? All right, why did you extend him? How much did you give him? That's a lot of money for Kuminga. All right. I don't think that's going to sway me away from trading for him, but I think Kuminga could be in Philly's eyes if Phillies are willing to offer a nice first-round pick. I mean, it's not going to be able to do it with that first-rounder. It would probably have to cost one of the Clippers picks, which I don't think I'm willing to part ways with. I would do Kenyon Martin and 2 first-round picks for Jonathan Kuminga. I don't know if they would do this, and I don't even know how Jonathan Kuminga fits this team. I would love to get like Brandon Ingram wouldn't fit this team because of Paul George. I think you're looking for a good complementary piece to Maxey in the backcourt, maybe a different power forward next to Embiid in the front court. And I don't know. I mean, Kuminga could be that guy at the 4, and I'm gonna offer this trade, and they say no, and they don't even counter it. So I think we're gonna pivot away from Kuminga, who I think could be a realistic trade candidate for the 76ers. I also think you could look at Dorian Finney-Smith maybe in Brooklyn, but I don't really know if that moves the needle for this team right now. The Utah Jazz may be selling. Colin Sexton would be nice, but it may cost me a little bit to get him. I mean, he would transition into probably our best six man. I don't know if we need like a score first guy. I mean, I shouldn't be opposed to moving Kelly Oubre. Like, I would probably offer him up as well. We'd have to acquire or send out $8 million more, which probably would be Oubre. But like, does Colin Sexton make this team better? I'm not sure. Let me actually look to see what is the downfall for us this year. Like, are we not a good offensive team? We are a good offensive team. We're actually the #1 offensive team in the East. I guess the defense could definitely be better because we're a bottom 5 defense. So I want to see if it would cost me. Why is Keon Johnson 2-star trade value? That I don't get. So I'd have to give up like a decent amount here to get. Why is Keon Johnson 2 stars? I don't really get that whatsoever. I really want to get Dorian Finney-Smith without having to give up Kelly Oubre, but it's going to be tough, man. I don't have a lot of good options out there right now. So I literally don't have a trade right now that would make sense for us. And I kind of want to keep my first round pick this year because we need to upgrade the bench in the offseason. So losing Oubre will hurt if I don't have bird rights on him. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to opt out or he's going to opt in. It's a little bit risky, but I still think he gives us a good chance at winning it all this year behind Embiid, Maxey, and Paul George. We better hope that these guys don't get hurt. But yeah, I didn't want to move any future picks, and I could also move KJ Martin in the offseason as well since he's under contract, so that could be more of an offseason trade. Damn, Tyrese Maxey breaks his jaw. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. This has been an unlucky year for the Sixers in this save. The 76ers are rolling right now. We are currently 38-20, so I'm glad I didn't make any irrational trades trying to go all in and giving up multiple first round picks for, let's say, a Dorian Finney-Smith or somebody like that. So we're going to hope that this team with the big three now that's fully healthy, it's got experience under their belts, that we can make a run in the playoffs. It depends on who we go up in like round #1 and round 2. Hoping we're on the other side of the bracket than Boston. Right now, we'd have to leapfrog New York or Cleveland to do so. This is brutal. Tyrese Maxey just re-aggravated a pinched nerve in his back. 6 to 8 more weeks. This has actually been a disaster season for Maxey's health. As Giannis won MVP, maybe turning the Bucks around, got him those MVP honors. Alex Sarr is your Rookie of the Year. Not really a Rookie of the Year stat line. Amen Thompson, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby, Depoy. Bilal, Most Improved. Zach LaVine, Clutch Player of the Year. And Mark Daigneault is your Coach of the Year. We don't see Embiid or anybody make All-NBA first team. You got Giannis, Jokic, Sabonis, Luka, and Trey. Second team, you do have Joel Embiid making it. 25 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. So with Paul George here, his scoring has gone down a little bit. All-NBA third team, no Tyrese Maxey or anybody like that. Embiid does make all defensive second team. He didn't really get hurt at all in the second half of the season, which is definitely a good sign. And Jared McCain is on our rookie second team. So in round #1, we're going to be taking on the Milwaukee Bucks, a 4 seed versus a 5 seed. Damian Lillard, Connaughton, Chris Middleton, the MVP Giannis, Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis. We should beat this team. I mean, if we win, we got to take on Boston, which has never gone Philly's way in the playoffs in the Embiid era. But first, we got to beat Milwaukee, which isn't going to be an easy task. Maxey's starting to be healthy again, which is good. And I think Jared McCain was solid enough where he's going to play in the playoffs over Reggie Jackson. Debating if I want to play Gershon, but I think I will. He's going to get like 13 minutes a night. Caleb Martin's probably going to play more than McCain. I think McCain's going to get like 15 because... well, I got to find out. Well, Drummond just got hurt. Can we give Drummond? I don't know. I guess somebody should be removed from this rotation, but Eric Gordon was a really good three-point shooter this year. He may get like 15 minutes a night. I mean, I'm okay with the 10-man playoff bench, but like we got to make sure. Yeah, no. Do I even want to start KJ? KJ was actually not terrible, but I think I'm going to go like 10 minutes to KJ, and we're going to have Caleb Martin start at the 4. So yeah, I guess stick with the 10-man rotation. Let's go 38 to Embiid. We can do 25 to Caleb. Let's go 37 to Paul George. Let's go 40 to Hurt Maxey. We're going to do 30 to Oubre. I got 7 more minutes. I'm going to give him to McCain. I'm going to give him to Eric Gordon. I'll probably give it to Andre Drummond. So round #1 here against Milwaukee. Game 1, Andre Drummond's fully healthy. Let's go. So is Tyrese Maxey, which is huge. And we take game 1 by 33 points. Maxey puts up 39. Embiid puts up 31, 11, and 5 and 2 blocks as well. Paul George with 15, 4, and 7. 12 rebounds as well for Gershon off the bench, which we love to see. Game #2 goes to Philadelphia. We win 121-103. Embiid 26 and 10. KJ Martin had 13. Showing me why he should be in this playoff rotation. All right, so we win both of them in Philly. But, oh, man, and as I was hyping up Kenyon Martin, he gets hurt. So he's going to be removed from the rotation. We're going to play Drummond a little bit more, Gershon a little bit more. Jared McCain, do I want to play him more? I think I'll play Eric Gordon a little bit more as well. So game #3, it's going to be in Milwaukee. Can we win on the road? Can we go up 3-0 in this series? A lot of pressure is on Milwaukee right now as we have a good second quarter. We have a good third quarter. We kind of blew it away towards the end. We're up by 10, 4.5 left, and the Philadelphia 76ers are going to... Oh, my God! Oh my God. I think we blew a 7-point lead in the final 50 seconds. That is embarrassing. You gotta be kidding me. I am speechless. No way. We were up by 8 with 51 seconds. Bobby Portis hit a 3. Oh my God. Jared McCain took a shot 8 seconds into the shot clock. What are you doing? Lillard hits a 3. Okay. And then we ended up... Why did Eric Gordon take a 3? You're up by 2. Oh my God, the CPU is so stupid. Wait, and then Jared McCain got the rebound. Embiid got the rebound. Jared McCain took another shot. What? Why didn't they foul? Oh my God, and then Giannis hit the... Oh my God, that is the worst loss I've ever seen. What is 2K doing right there? Paul George had a great game. Embiid had a triple-double. Didn't matter. Damn, we had a prime opportunity to go up 3-1. And now it's 2-1. And now they win this game. We're tied 2-2. We're looking good right now. But, all right, we are going to beat them. Man, that should have been a sweep. All right, here we go. Game number 5. It's at home. We can win on our home floor and go to the arch rival of the 76ers. Not the Celtics, but the second round. Something they can't get past. But we're going to have to wait another game to do so as we end up losing by 17 at home. Damn, George had 27, but Lillard, Giannis, Middleton, the big 3 in Milwaukee, keeping them alive. 3-2. Hey, they win at home. Game 7 back in Philly. Anything could happen here. Oh, God, we got outscored by 23 in the first quarter. We have a strong second quarter, third quarter, and start to the fourth. We're down by 8 right now. Can we make some type of comeback? Down by 9, down by 5, down by 3. We unfortunately do not have the ball. Maxey's got 36, man. What a performance from Maxey. Can I get a steal? Oh, my God, Kelly Oubre, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? The CPU has not been kind to me. With the simulation right there, the out-of-bounds defense by Kelly Oubre. All right, no way Bobby Portis is defending this pick and roll. Maxey gets to the rim. Kick it out to Caleb Martin. We need this 3 so badly. He's got 0 points. Make it 3 for Caleb Martin. Hits a major shot. I don't know what Milwaukee was doing. Game time. No. No. Oh, my God. We're so lucky he missed that. Okay, we have a chance to tie this game up. Oh, my God. I think Dame is guarding Embiid. Okay, Embiid. This is going to be the easiest shot ever. Just post up. Post them up. They're going to send the double. They're going to send the double. Kelly Oubre. Bobby Portis come over. Yes, we played that perfectly. Maxey wide open 3. Bang. We played that perfectly. Maxey's got 39. All right, I am nervous. I hate that Maxey has to guard him, but... God, I'm here playing drop coverage with Embiid, I guess. We're going to try to help him out. But Bobby Portis can also knock down 3s. I can't help too much. And Dame, what a finish. Gives them the 1-point lead. All right, so do we go to Maxey here? Do I go to Embiid? I may go to Embiid in the post. Okay, Embiid's going to be guarded by Middleton. God. Okay, get it to Embiid. Embiid, inside. Embiid slams it. They don't have a timeout left. Somebody set a screen, and that was perfect off ball. And these 76ers are going to win this series in 6 games. Thank God. I don't know who set that screen. Oh, it looks like it was Eric Gordon and Kelly Oubre. They set it on Embiid's man, Chris Middleton. And then Brook Lopez, for some reason, does not pick him up. And Embiid... game-winning dunk. All right, so we advance, taking on Boston. 1-4 versus 2-3 in the East, but we know that Boston owns Philadelphia most recently in those 2023 playoffs. Maxey, Embiid, and Paul George were as advertised in round number 1. So we're taking on Boston here. Best team in the NBA, in my opinion. Game number 1, gonna go to Boston. They win by 17. Wasn't even close. That's brutal. We got outscored by 13 in the first quarter. Embiid, 7 of 14, 1 of 6 from 3. He had 7 offensive rebounds, was a -7. Game 2, let's get it back. We lose game 2 by 1 point. Oh my God. They outscored us by 5 in the fourth quarter to win this game. That sucks. So hopefully this is a thing where maybe every home team wins to start things off. They take both in Boston. We have to take both in Philadelphia here. They win one more game in the next 2, and we don't show up in the third quarter. And once again, a tale as old as time. Boston owning Philadelphia in the second round. Maxey had 43, but it wasn't enough. I highly doubt we're coming back down 3-0 against the best team in the NBA. And they have 2 more home games as well. They get game 5 at home. They get game 7 at home. We're not even going to go to a game 5. We're about to get swept. Wow, we get swept. Damn, that hurts. We lose 112, 102. And yeah, we are going home in round 2 once again. So Maxey, he showed up in the playoffs. He showed up in round 2. Embiid showed up. Paul George was, I guess, fine. His 3-ball, 34%. Embiid, 18%. That's not going to cut it. So in the Eastern Conference Finals, you have Boston and Cleveland. OKC ended up beating Minnesota. Both of those games, or both of those series, were sweeps, as Boston is currently 12-0 in the playoffs. Imagine they sweep OKC. Oh, they actually lost in 6. Thunder win it all. Shea's your finals MVP. There goes LeBron, Chris Paul, Eric Gordon retires, who was actually a pretty positive player for us this season. There goes Reggie Jackson as well, so we're going to have to replace some of those guards off the bench. And here at the draft lottery, we aren't going to get our first round pick. In this draft, it's going to go to OKC, which is going to be pick number 26, but we also should get a first round pick of our own, or at least I thought I did, but not. The swap wars with the Clippers is next year in 2026. Maybe there was a protection on that or something. I thought we were going to get a first round pick in this year's draft, which I'm going to try to do. The Spurs have 3 first round picks. I don't know if they'd want to draft 3 rookies. So could I move this first round pick, which is a swap wars between the Clippers and the Rockets? I think the Rockets are going to be good next year for pick 19 in this draft. Spurs said yes to that. I want immediate talent, and they didn't want to draft 3 rookies. So Dylan Harper goes number 1 to Atlanta. You could have had Cooper Flagg and Trae Young. They opted not to do that. Toronto at number 2, they capture the flag, which adds to an elite young core now. Spurs at 3 are actually trading the pick, so they want to win right now, and they traded for Şengün. Oh my god, okay. So Şengün and Wemby. It's funny because Şengün is like one of the players that plays very well against Wemby. And now they have them both in the front court. All right, Ace Bailey is now a Houston Rocket. The Wizards are trading down. They're acquiring a future first, and they're giving Saddiq Bey to the Rockets. Come on. Now you watch, it replaces Şengün in Houston and Igor Demon. Shout out to Igor, man, who had a great debut game for BYU, goes 5. And I'm going to take Drake Powell here at 19. We took a guy from Duke last year in Jared McCain. Drake Powell here at 19 because of the athleticism and the defense he can help out in that backcourt. But yeah, I still want to win a title next year. Paul George isn't getting any younger. Joel Embiid isn't getting any healthier. Drummond and Oubre opt out. That is something I was afraid of because I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring back one or either one of those guys, I would say. So we do have bird rights on Drummond, which is nice. I'm going to offer him a 2-year deal, but it looks like we are going to be, I don't know if it's SOL on Oubre. Let's see. I mean, I'll lock you up on a 3-year deal. Will it allow me to sign both of these guys? I don't think I'm going to be able to bring back Gershon. I mean, we'll see. I'll match that deal. So can I sign all 3 of these guys? Oh, boom. There we go. Okay. That was nice. Also, Kyle Lowry didn't retire at the end of the year. Kind of surprising. I want to see if I can get Grant Williams as well. We're going to offer him $5.5 million, and we get Grant here. Maybe he'll want to beat his former team. So we have like 3 max contracts, and then we have all these guys making like $5 to $8 million. And I'm going to make this trade with the Houston Rockets. We're sending KJ Martin back there. He did have a nice playoff, like small stint in 2 games. And he had a good regular season. And Ricky Council, who we know can be a very good shooter. But I'm looking for some win now, guys. I don't have time to develop Council the 4th. So I'm going to get Saddiq Bey, who was traded on draft night. Had a good 3-point shooting last year for the Wizards. Making $6 million this year and next year. And I'm getting Houston's unprotected first in 2028. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do too much more in free agency. Like I may just sign Torrey Craig. And I didn't have to include a Dembona in that Rockets trade, which was nice. We're going to sign Luke Kennard, and we should be good. Anybody switch here at the top? Dennis Schroeder got paid. Trey Mann goes to a division rival in the Washington Wizards. So Embiid regresses a little bit. Paul George regresses a little bit. No shockers there. All right, so let's figure out this 2026 rotation. I think we could try to see if Jared McCain can be in the backcourt with Maxey. If it doesn't work out defensively, I don't mind putting Oubre in there, and I don't mind putting the rookie Drake Powell in there. So we're definitely going to have Caleb Martin start at the 4. Grant Williams, you're going to get like 12 minutes a night. Gershon, yeah, I would like to play Drake Powell a little bit. He can get 12 minutes a night. Yeah, we're going to be playing probably a ton of guys this year. We're going to go 16 to Bey. We're going to go 18 to Oubre. Probably going to go like 14 to Drummond. So that's probably going to increase Oubre's minutes and Bey's minutes. Let's go 35 to Embiid for the regular season. Let's go 24 to Caleb Martin. 33 to Paul George. How many do we have going to Maxey? 34. You know what? That is good with me. System proficiency is 4.5 star perimeter centric under Nick Nurse. Balanced is 4 stars. We'll stick with that. Start off the season at home. Embiid versus Jokic, and Embiid gets the win. Even though Embiid didn't play like to Embiid standards, so still a very good game. 57 combined between George and Maxey, and then Michael Porter Jr. had 29 himself. Road game here against Dallas. We start off with 2 very nice wins, beating some of the best players in the NBA. We beat Jokic. We beat Luka. Can we beat Shea to start off the season? That would be something because the Thunder are a very good team in this game, but unfortunately, we lost by 7 as Maxey shot 6 of 25. Damn, a brutal injury to Paul George here in year number 2 in Philadelphia. He broke his jaw. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. All right, so we're here on January 1st with a 20-13 record. Unfortunately, though, we are the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. We do have a positive 6.3 point differential, though, which would put us 3rd. So maybe we're here because of the Paul George injury, and we're only 2 games out of the 3 seed, so we're fine. Still going to monitor the trade market this year, as we are seeing a little bit of regression in Paul George, which is fine. The field goal attempts are down this year. Jared McCain not playing the best, or as I would like him to. We've kind of flirted with different starting lineups. You could see Kelly Oubre started a bunch, Caleb Martin, Saddiq Bey, Jared McCain. I'm just trying to optimize what rotations work, as Saddiq Bey has been a good three-point shooter for this team. It's also cool. Lentanova, main line here in Philadelphia, well, a little bit outside it, and then we get that connection there. Luke Kennard's not been great. He's been flirted with the rotation. Like, we're just trying to see what sticks. Grant Williams has been playing well. I'd like to get Drake Powell a little bit more involved. So we are here close to the trade deadline. We still have a really good point differential, third in the Eastern Conference. We're 28-20. We're 3 games back of Orlando for that 3 spot. Trying to figure out what I would make like changes to this team, as Maxey is kind of emerging as the #1 scorer. We are allowing Embiid to play less minutes throughout the regular season, regulating his workload. So we're giving Andre Drummond a decent amount of runtime, which won't happen in the playoffs, but it's going to keep Embiid fresh come that time. We do own our first round pick this year. We don't own it next year. That's going to go to the Nets from the James Harden Ben Simmons trade. We do own a couple first rounders in 2028 that we could look to deal. But it's just so hard to make trades with this team if you're not going to touch the top 3, and I don't want to because, you know, I'm going to try to win a championship with Paul George. He's making a lot of money. But yeah, Caleb Martin, he's been playing well. I mean, I wish he could hit his free throws. I think the defense has been a little bit off, but I mean, I'm getting plus offensive play out of Caleb Martin, out of Saddiq Bey, out of Kelly Oubre. Not as much Kelly, but he would be the one guy I think I would think about moving. And I don't even know what I'd move him for because $6 million is a weird spot. And I'm going to make this trade with the Dallas Mavericks. We're going to send Kelly Oubre, the 2028 first rounder I got offered to last year in the Kyle Lowry trade, Torrey Craig for Adema Ball. So we have Adem Bona and Adema Ball. I don't think he went to Santa Clara, not UCLA. But I'm getting Jaden Hardy in this trade, who's making $6 million for the next couple of years. I'm kind of buying maybe his low shooting. He wasn't good last year for Dallas in this, and he's been better this year. He's 23 years old. I like the upside. Oh, man. After we make that trade, I guess it's better we got a guard. Tyrese Maxey, lower right leg stress fracture. Jeez, 2 to 4 months. Maxey has been so banged up in this video, I don't know what's going on. Damn, Jaden Hardy tears his left Achilles. He's out for the year. You hate to see it. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins MVP in the 2026 season. Dylan Harper is your rookie of the year. Şengün. Oh, so he's coming off the bench. All right. Yeah, Wemby. He's behind Wemby. Wouldn't you just move Wemby to the 4, even though that's not a great idea? Shout out to Noah Clowney winning most improved. All right, this is a weird season. And the Thunder went 71-11. Okay, so we don't see any Sixers on All-NBA first team. We do see Joel Embiid on All-NBA second team. He did average a double-double, stayed healthy all year. 50-40-90 splits as well, which is great to see. No 76ers on third team or defensive first team. Embiid, another monster year for him. We didn't get Drake Powell on an all-rookie team. So we are the 5 seed. We were in this bracket last year. We are going to be taking on the Pistons this time around, a different Central Division team, going up against Cade Cunningham. They're starting Quentin Grimes over Jaden Ivey. I don't know how I feel about that. Cleveland's the 1 seed. Boston is the 2 seed. So at least we're on the other side of the bracket than them. We are going to be without Jaden Hardy in the playoffs. We are also going to be without Grant Williams, who broke his right leg, which is just a shame because he was playing well for us this season. And now trying to figure out what this rotation is going to look like in the playoffs. I mean, I would really like to give Drake Powell some runtime. I know he wasn't great this year, but just to see what he could do. Let's go 12 minutes to Yabusele. Let's go, I think, 12 minutes to Drummond because I'm going to go 36 to Embiid. Saddiq Bey is going to be the 6th man. I'll probably play like 30 minutes a night off the bench. Caleb Martin can get 25. Let's go 36 to Paul George. I'm going to go 40 to Maxey, who's already getting that. Jared McCain was better this year. We'll go 32. I mean, I'll put 40 for Embiid. I doubt it plays Embiid 40 minutes because Drummond is going to get some run time. So, season proficiency, 4-star balance. Taking on Detroit in round number 1. We do lose game number 1 by 8 points. Cade had 35. Ivy had 24 off the bench. Maxey had 44. Embiid had 26. Paul George had 18, 10, and 7. But I guess we can't defend. McCain, 5 of 15, 4 of 9 from 3. Game number 2 goes to Detroit. Damn, 128 points, the amount we gave up in game 2. Maxey and Embiid combined for 65, but it doesn't matter if we can't score. Paul George had 5 turnovers. 2 of 7 from 3. Not what we want to see. Game 3 does go to Philadelphia. We drop 130. We play a little bit better defense here at home. Jared McCain drops 32. Okay, I needed that performance really badly, Jared. Game number 4 goes to Detroit. They win by 3. We couldn't close it out. We couldn't come back in the 4th. Maxey had 41. He's averaging 37. He's playing so well. Oh, man. That just Paul George. I don't know if it makes a lot of sense of him on this team making up all that money when you could have allocated that to 3 to 4 role players. So game 5, can we come back? No, we lose in 5. So last year, we lost in round 2 to Boston. This year, we lose in round 1 to Detroit. That's not where I want to be. Boston beats Charlotte. Cleveland beats Chicago. Does Detroit go to the conference finals? No, they get swept. You have 1 and 2 seeds in each conference, and you have the Thunder and the Cavs in the NBA Finals, and the Cavs win in 5 with Evan Mobley being your Finals MVP. There goes Kyle Lowry, Sixers legend. Batum, Harden retired. Tobias Harris, Sixers legend, retires. Draymond Green retires in Memphis. Funny enough, Harden and Russ go to the Hall of Fame, Harden being a Sixers legend as well, right? So we will not own a first round pick, I believe, in the lottery. No, do we own a first round pick in this draft? We should. And it's going to be our first round pick at number 25. Wizards get 1, Kings get 2, Spurs 3 via Brooklyn. Don't know what type of trade happened there. So it is the night of the 2026 draft. We got to fully expect Paul George to regress, which is not going to be fun. It is a shame. I wonder how this team would have looked differently if Jaden Hardy was healthy, Grant Williams. Those were valuable role players to us. Cameron Boozer goes number 1 to the Wizards. AJ DeBance at number 2 to the Kings. Spurs at number 3. Are they trading the pick? Nope. They're taking Darren Peterson. Consensus top 3. And I'm going to take Isaiah Harwell here from Connecticut, who I don't think is actually committed to a school yet, but we are going to sign him. Probably a developmental guy. So we're going to pick up the team option on Yabusele. We're going to let Ball walk, and then Jared McCain, yeah, we're going to pick up that team option. No-brainer. A couple 2018 class guys now are going to be unrestricted free agents. Luka, Trae Young. Did Mikal Bridges make it to free agency? Looks like the Knicks did pay him. Our mid-level exception isn't great. I mean, yeah, I would like to pick up Vince Williams if I could on that deal. Do we get him? Boom, there we go. Also going to try to bring back an old friend as well, in Kenyon Martin Jr. We signed Terrence Mann also. And I'm going to try to do this trade with the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're going to try to get some toughness here at the 4 spot and get Julius Randle from Minnesota. I would be offering Caleb Martin, Grant Williams, Gershon Yabusele, and Andre Drummond. So a lot of rotational pieces, which makes me kind of scared to do this deal. Grant Williams was good last year, which is a shame I got to do this. But I think going from Caleb Martin to Julius Randle in the starting 5 is something we got to do. They're going to say no. I don't know if I could throw in multiple seconds to get this done. Okay, I'm going to have to throw in, I believe, a first rounder, unless I could do... I don't really want to move a Dembona because he could start as my backup center this year. So I will throw in... I don't want to throw in a 2030 first. I don't think the Rockets are going to be bad next year, so I'll give them that first, and they say yes to that. I'm also going to sign Tumani Kamara as well. And let's say that like a Dembona is really bad. I'll try to sign Yusuf Nurkic, who probably will be worse. All right, so Paul George regresses, Embiid regresses, Julius Randle stays the same. Probably going to start Jared McCain as the shooting guard. So we're going into year number 3 of this Paul George contract. We have made it out of round 1 once, and yeah, we've had early exits with him. So it's not really going according to plan. We'll see if adding Julius Randle, who I thought could be a nice addition. I just can't imagine Randle and Embiid playing together. It would be kind of funny. But I still think we maintain a good bench. We're going to have Jaden Hardy, Vince Williams, Sadiq Bey, Drake Powell, and a Dembona off the bench. I don't think Harwell, Mann, Kamara, Nurkic, Martin are going to be in there just yet. We are going to be 4.5 star balanced under Nick Nurse. We start off the season on the road against San Antonio. We do beat them by 9. Maxey's already hurt. Great. So we're here at the trade deadline. 32 and 21. We're in such a weird spot with this team. Like, I think we're a top team in the Eastern Conference, like top half. But even if we beat Indiana, Detroit, or Toronto in round number 1, I don't think we, like, maybe we have a chance against Orlando, but we're not beating, I think, Cleveland. We're not beating Boston. I don't know what to do with this team. I really don't. Now, you guys saw the 20-year Warriors rebuild. I've thought about an idea. I think for 20-year rebuilds going forward, I want to put like a stipulation. Something I have to do is at least once in the rebuild, I have to do a complete teardown. So like anybody above the age of 25, I have to trade, or like my top 5 players above 25, I have to move and enter into like a teardown rebuild. And starting it off with the 76ers, I think like throughout once over 20 years, I got to do so. So I think like they would be an interesting team to just do it off the rip, right? After year 1, trade Paul George if you could, trade Embiid. I don't know, go somewhere else because this team is at a weird crossroad, at least in 2K, right? Like maybe everything clicks for them in the playoffs, but I think they need to get semi-lucky with either a buyout market or getting cheap guys that are going to excel. I don't know if you're going to get that from Jared McCain this year. I don't know if you're going to get that from KJ Martin, like Ricky Council. Like those guys are going to show out. Jaden Hardy's been, I think, a nice addition for us coming off the bench. Jared McCain has been an elite shooter, but I don't think he's a good enough shooting guard defensively to start next to Maxey. So we may go with Vince Williams at the 2 spot come playoff time. I'm also going to ink up Sadiq Bey on a 2-year extension worth $24 million. Oh, Paul George wants an extension. Not giving him that. Randall wants an extension as well. I don't think we're going to do that. Randall's been solid for us. He's pretty much been what I expected. I had to give up 4 rotational guys because we didn't have the money to get there. Embiid obviously would resign. I'm not going to sign him to an extension right now. So Chet Holmgren wins MVP. AJ DeBanza is your Rookie of the Year. Dante DiVincenzo is your Sixth Man of the Year. Chet Holmgren your DPOY. Michael Ruzic Most Improved, and Cade Cunningham is your Clutch Player of the Year. And Chet, yeah, All NBA First Team. He has turned into an elite player. We got blown out by like 60 when we played the Thunder towards the end of the year. Unfortunately, we went 42, I believe, in 40. We ended up as the 7th seed, so we're playing tournament basketball for the first time since the 2024 season. I was off by 1 win. We went 43 and 39. We are relatively healthy for the playoffs. Jared McCain has a minor shoulder injury right now, but yeah, I just don't know the ceiling of this team currently. I think for the playoffs, we're going to start Vince Williams. We're going to have Jaden Hardy be the 6th man. It'll probably be McCain. It'll be Hardy, probably Bay. I like what Jake Powell did this year, but I'm kind of prioritizing his defense. And then if we were going to go to this lower rotation, Dembona was such a negative. So I may go like 7 minutes to Yusuf Nurkic for the playoffs. This is going to be the bench. It's somewhat of a 5-man bench. Let's go 36 to Embiid, 33 to Randle. We're at a point where maybe 29 minutes to Paul George makes sense. And can we beat Chicago? I don't know. Did they draft a really good player at one point? It looks like they drafted Caleb Wilson, big man out of Kentucky with the 4th overall pick recently. They've drafted, or Enrique Freeman's on their team now. Doubt he's in the rotation. But either way, if we lose here at home, I mean, oh my God, Jesus, man, we lose. So it's either we make the playoffs and we're going to take on the Boston Celtics, or we're going to miss the playoffs this year. And now we got to take on the Charlotte Hornets at home. I'm not even confident we're going to beat this team. I may not be able to win a title until Paul George leaves us in free agency. I would like to save the Sixers as we end up beating the Hornets in overtime. Maxey and Randle combined for 49. Embiid had a triple-double but missed 9 shots. Paul George, 5 of 14. It's incredible how washed he is. I don't know. This Celtics team is unreal. Oh, off the bench, we just have Walker Kessler, Jalen Smith, Cole Anthony, Jonathan Mogbo, Cam Payne, and DJ Wagner. F off. All right, I just know how this is going to go. We lose game 1. We are going to win game 2. Oh my God, we blew them out. 17 on the road. Okay, that's something. Game 3. I mean, give me some life. We lose game 3. Okay, so we can't capitalize on that. Game number 4 is going to go to Boston. We lose by 9. Now we're coming back 3-1. Just put me out of my misery. Yeah, we ended up losing in 6. So once again, Boston just owns Philadelphia in the playoffs. There's nothing we can do. Embiid, you averaged 14 points. 14 points in 6 games. That just can't happen. Shea, Western Conference Finals MVP. Jaylen Brown, Eastern. And the Celtics win in 5. I'm sick and tired of seeing them beat us every year and win it all. KD retires. So does DeRozan, Vooch, Jimmy, Olynyk, McCollum retire as well. Chris Dunn retires. Doc Rivers retires. Another Sixers legend. We've been running into a lot of those in this video. So the Nets via the Knicks get the number 1 overall pick. That's kind of insane. I believe we own our first round pick. Nope, the Nets do at 20. Yep, that is from the Harden trade. Okay, so I'm glad we made the playoffs. It didn't work out in LA. Maybe it works out in Philly with him. Okay, no. I was doing this whole spiel to sign Ty Lue because I want to move on from Nick Nurse. Could I get Chris Finch? I can. All right, this trade may sound idiotic, but I'm going to do it. Cason Wallace got a bag from the Thunder, but they're going to run into some financial issues if they want to maintain everybody here. So we're going to send them expiring contract Julius Randle for Cason Wallace. I think Cason Wallace would be the perfect shooting guard next to Maxey in the backcourt for what he could do defensively and as a floor spacing too. We're going to do that trade. Yeah, kind of an interesting one, but I think that could be the way that we settle up to complement Maxey's defensive deficiencies in the backcourt, even though he's getting better. But now we have an elite defender next to him. So we drafted Everett Wright with the 32nd pick and Charlie Irving with the 50th pick. Howard Chandler, a generational center out of UConn, goes number 1 to the Nets. They can thank the Knicks for that. I guess we could thank Paul George for opting into $56 million. And my next goal is to somehow get Tari Eason from the Houston Rockets. As much as I wanted to develop him, I think Drake Powell would be somebody that can get this deal done. Drake Powell and Sadiq Bey. I mean, maybe I could just do Sadiq Bey. Let's see if they counter it. Okay, I do have this Clippers picks. Like, these Clippers picks could have some value. So if I offered Sadiq Bey in a first for Tari Eason, who I think could be a very good power forward in between Paul George and Embiid. I'm adding defenders. Added Wallace. Hopefully to add Tari Eason right here. They say no to that. I will throw in Charlie Irving, who we just drafted. That doesn't get it done. What about Everett Wright? Could I throw him in? That gets it done. All right, so we trade for Tari Eason. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to sign Vince Williams. We're going to get priced out of him. So I'm going to try to get Peyton Watson for some defense off the bench. There we go. And years later, we're going to get him, but I'm going to try to sign Dorian Finney-Smith. We get Kevin Huerter on the minimum. Yeah, I guess we're going to lose out on Vince Williams. I don't know if he's going to get a deal somewhere else. I mean, he's definitely going to ask for more money now. I mean, how much is he going to ask for a year? Vince Williams, I mean, $14 million. Will it let me sign him? No, I can't sign him. Damn. And then we're also going to try to sign 2 centers, one center, and then Grand Theft Alvarado. So play progression, Embiid has regressed. Maxey has regressed. Okay. George has regressed. McCain's up. Wall's there. Hardy's there. I like this team, though. I think we just got to realize that Paul George is not the player he used to be. And coming up with the rotation this year, it's going to be Maxey, Wallace, George, Eason, and Embiid. I like that a ton. With Jared McCain as the 6th man, we're going to have Norman Powell and Jaden Hardy coming off the bench as well. Peyton Watson can get about 10 minutes a night. I'm going to go to a Dembona over Luke Cornett. He's going to get like 8 minutes a night. 7 more minutes here to give to the starting 5. 35 to Maxey and Embiid. Let's go 32 to Wallace. He's going to hopefully be like our version of Derek White. We are 4 stars, 7 seconds. 2 games to start off the year. We win them both. Okay, sound the alarms. Well, in a good way. We went 19-0 to start off the year. Our first loss came against Charlotte. Okay, maybe these additions are working. Embiid is having a much better year this year than he was last year. Maxey, I don't know what's happened over the last 2 years, but I guess I'll take it. There's Jared McCain, who's breaking out this year. Wallace has been unreal for us. And Paul George, I'm fine. I'm fine with him not being the player he used to be. Drake Powell got hurt, but we're okay. I can never win. I really can't. Tari Eason tore his right Achilles, is out for the year. I actually do think this team is cursed. It's cursed, and there's nothing I can do. All right, so Joel Embiid wins MVP this year. We must have had the best record in the league. He wins in his age 34 season. Howard Chandler's your rookie of the year. Shangun 6th man of the year. Wemby Depoy. Braden Burries is your most improved in Golden State. Luka Clutch player of the year. We don't get coach of the year. Okay. Embiid's obviously on All-NBA first team. And we finish as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Boston is on the other side of the bracket. We go 61-21. So does the Indiana Pacers, and they have a really good team. And we advance, which is like not advance, but we have our best year yet. Tari Eason is out for the year, unfortunately, which, oh my God, I just completed the perfect, I think, defensive lineup. So I think for the playoffs, I hate to do it, but I got to put Paul George or Peyton Watson as my power forward. I think we're going to put Paul George there, and I'm going to start Drake Powell. Because, like, Dembona is getting 8 minutes a night. He hasn't been good for us. Jane Hardy's going to get, like, 20 minutes a night. We can stick with 28 to McCain. I'm going to go, like, 40 to Embiid. I don't know. We'll go 32 to Paul George. We're going to go, like, 25 to Drake Powell. 38 to Maxey's fine. 34 to Casey Wallace. I need this backcourt to carry me because Casey Wallace should have won most improved. And we're going to be taking on, let's see, Jane Hardy's fully healthy, the Detroit Pistons. So we can try to get revenge on a team that has beaten us before. And why do, like, whenever I suffer these major injuries like Tari Eason, why can't it be before the trade deadline? So I could have made, like, a corresponding move. It always has to happen after the trade deadline. And B just had a 20 rebound game here in game number 2. Casey Wallace breaks his nose. Great. But he can play through it. We win. We blow them out in game number 3. Do not blow a 3-0 lead, please. Oh my God, Maxey. You're pissing me off. Maxey's getting hurt way too much. We do sweep them, thankfully, and beat it 36-20 and 7 in this one. Unreal. Do we get Maxey back for game 1? No, but we win it. Game 2, we win. Okay, we are undefeated without Maxey. So, Maxey, take your time. We lose game 4. We win game 5. Was Maxey out that whole series? That is kind of insane, but here we go. We do have the 2 best teams going up against each other in the Eastern Conference Finals. First time Embiid has made it to the ECF in his career. Shout out to Jared McCain in that series, man. He's really stepping up. So we're taking on the Indiana Pacers. Maxey is back. You're going to have the Spurs and the Timberwolves over there in the West. Game 1 goes to Indiana. They blow us out by 21. And this game was in Philly. Game number 2 goes to Indiana. We're down 2-0. I mean, Embiid is holding up his end. Maxey, you need to be better. I know you just got back from an injury. Casey Wallace, you need to be better. Game number 3 goes to Philadelphia. Let's go. 138-134. Embiid 41-19 and 9 in this one. Game number 4 goes to Philadelphia. That's how you respond. We went back-to-back games. It's a brand new series. Game 5 goes to Philadelphia. 110-85. And can we go to the NBA Finals? Oh my God, we lose game 6. Oh, 109-110. Game 7. Oh, I'm nervous. We're at home. We get off to a good start. Oh my God, yes. What a second quarter. Please do not stress me out. Just take care of them. And it looks like we're advancing to the NBA Finals. Maybe I'm going to lift the curse of this team. No Tari Eason. No problem. Jared McCain is on a run these playoffs. So Embiid is having an incredible year. MVP, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Let's get Finals MVP. It's a good good San Antonio team. Darren Peterson, Desmond Bane, and Shangun. This is the best bench I think I've ever seen. That is unreal. Game 1 goes to San Antonio by 10. Not what I want. Ian Jackson versus Drake Powell, the UNC teammates, is pretty cool. We do win game 2. We blow them out. Jared McCain dropped 32 in this one. Huge stuff. Game 3 goes to Philadelphia. We are 2 games away from the NBA Finals. game number 4, we lose this one. Damn, I am so nervous. Here we go. Game 5. This is a massive one on the road. We have a monster offensive first quarter. We dropped 44 points in the first quarter. Good second quarter. Good third quarter. Don't blow a 25-point lead. And we don't. And we are up 3-2, going back to Philly for game 6. We have a chance to win the finals right now. Break the curse. Let's do it. Good first. Oh my God. Okay. We are scoring a ton right now. We have 85 points halfway through the third, and the Philadelphia 76ers are going to get it done. We are going to win the 2028 NBA Finals. So Embiid gets a MVP this year, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and I'm going to assume Finals MVP. I think that Case and Lyles pickup was unreal for us, and Joel Embiid does get Finals MVP. So hey, maybe this team isn't cursed after all. Even though we did lose Tyrese for the playoffs, we were still able to win it all. And that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a thumbs up if you did. Let me know in the comments which team I should rebuild next, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.